Welcome back to episode 21 on this very special Austin 316 day. So we're going to cover Raw, SmackDown, Road to WrestleMania is just right around the corner. We're going to talk March Madness because the conference finals all wrapped up this weekend. And I'm going to tell you the number 4 picks, the number 1 seeds, and my final 4, and who I think is going to go in the national championship game. We cover NBA, the MVPs, and the power rankings. And the elephant in the room will give you what I think about Bam's 83 points and why I think Kobe is still better. More on Bishop's breakdown. Let's get it. Oos. This episode is brought to you by W Energy, the clean energy drink mix built for gamers, creators, and grinders like us. No jitters, no crash, no artificial dyes, just smooth, long-lasting focus whenever I'm breaking down WWE storylines, debating NBA, or just recording late at night. It's zero sugars, packed with vitamins and nutrients, and it actually keeps you locked in without the shaky feeling. Head to w.gg and use code Bishop's Breakdown at checkout and save 10%. So level up your energy and let's get back to the breakdown. And thanks for supporting the show. So before we get into Raw and SmackDown, I'm going to start another channel on YouTube. Focus all on One Piece. I just got into it, and where have I been? I started watching the live action, season 1, season 2. I've been getting into the books, but if you want, check out the feed because I'm going to start posting on One Piece about my adventures, reading the manga and reading all the stuff that has to do with One Piece. So, moving on. Let's talk Raw. Raw was packed. You had Penta defending his title against El Grande Americano. It was set that he was going to do the original El Grande Americana, but Danhausen put a curse on him, so that didn't happen, and he comes out and loses because Penta is that guy, like for real. And then Bayley survives the gauntlet match with the whatever, so she gets the title shot tonight against AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Championship. Is Becky Lynch going to interfere? Probably. Is Bayley going to win? Probably not. But that's my pick, and that's what I want to see. And probably Brock Lesnar is going to show up and talk about the open challenge again. And I'm hoping Oba is done with Rusev, which we'll get into in a minute. And I hope he comes out and does his walk and look at Brock Lesnar. It's like, meet you Mania, because give me more of that. And then another thing, will the real Seth Rollins please stand up? Like, what was that? There was like 40 of them, and they're all different kind of sizes. And not one time did you like, I wonder if that's Seth, or that's Seth, or that's Seth. It's just a whole bunch of dudes. Who are these dudes? Where they come from? They ain't Seth Rollins. And Seth Rollins has said one word, and it just what? No music, just what? That means he's not medically clear, and it's stupid. Like, you should have just waited to after Mania to do all this. But I mean, it's going to be the Usos versus Theory and Paul for the titles, and then Braun versus Seth Rollins or something, if he can come back. Because Bronson Reed, I know that much, So I'm just saying. And then CM Punk comes out, and after what he said last week, I'm going to bury you next to your father, which was wild. Like, I mean, obviously they talked to each other and was like, we should do this and do this, but it still was wild. And the Usos was like, I need an apology. And Seth Rollins, or not, CM Punk was like, not going to do that, but I'm sorry that you were a bunch of whats and a bunch of boys. Like, seriously, bro, what? You can't call colored people boys and not expect to get slapped in the mouth. And that's what Jimmy and Jay did. They slapped him in the mouth. And the fact that Jimmy's one that slapped him in the mouth and not Jay, that's high tier. So, and then they not even got to it because a whole bunch of crap happened on Raw. Judgment Day turns on Finn Balor. Finn Balor gets pushed, called Dom Mysterio, a piece of donkey butts, and he pushed him. And then he did his whole, and then kicked him in the back of the head with some Pele kicks. And then all of a sudden, his best friend JD was like, "I'd rather be with them." Stupid. I thought it was gonna be. I thought Dom was gonna get kicked out, but I guess that's how we rolling with that. So that's what they're gonna do. And SmackDown was a little bit better. Drew quit like twice on the show or something, and then he quietly comes up and causes uh, Jacob Fatu the match. So all this was like, well, I guess you're back. I guess you didn't quit. So next week is gonna be you and Jacob. Like, is that a Mania match? I guess not. And then, and then here's the kicker. Randy Orton turns heel, supposedly. I don't think he turned heel because what he said in his promo, he looked at the camera, he looked at Cody and said, it wasn't supposed to be you. This was supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be Drew sitting in there. And Cody cut him off. And he's like, you mother, I wanted to let you know that it shouldn't have been you. You should have been gone. It should have been Drew. So he, regardless of who was going to be in that chair next to him, he was putting the boots to him, and that's what he did. And his new profile picture is him sitting with the RKO Cody and the title, and that's what we want. We want Legend Killer. We want that guy. So I can't wait for Mania. Like them two matches gonna make money for years. Bet. Believe that. So let's get in some nitty gritty about Sir Randy Orton. He's the Viper. He's the apex predator. And I hope he wins the title at WrestleMania. Because me personally, I want him to win. I want him to be in Las Vegas in the top rope doing his thing because he deserves title 15. Cody don't need it. I hope they gave it to him so they can give it to Orton and be a bigger moment for Randy. Because I love me some Cody, but he's a better chaser than he is a champion. And I think Randy deserves to have a few more title runs in him until he has to hang it up. I mean, this is the time is now, and give it to Randy Orton because RKO is hotter than it's ever been. I mean, if you watch SmackDown and see just the crowd just singing this song like it's the newest hotness. That song's been around forever, and they just starting to be like, "I hear your voice," like that's that stuff. He's my dude. I remember when he won the Royal Rumble in this state. And that's the thing they were talking about on SmackDown when he was pointing at the sign and nothing happened. He was mad. I remember that because I was there. That was one of my first big time pay-per-views that I got to see in person. It's the one that my kids said, I don't want to go see it, but boom, Orton. You know what I'm saying? But Cody and Ted DiBiase was out there. Triple H, that's the Final Four. And there was legacy, so Triple H eliminated both, and so Orton was like the Viper that he is, and boom, and I was like, yeah, because Randy's my dude. So RKO, sorry Cody. So we got that wrestling out of the way. Team USA in the finals after they defeated the Dominican Republic. And they're waiting the winner of tonight's game, Italy versus Venezuela, for the finals. So they possibly could win 2 gold medals in the same year, one in hockey and one in baseball. It's good to be American. Digress. My team, U of M, loses in the Big Ten finals, even though the game before it, Yaxel hit a buzzer beater to get them into the finals. And they just didn't show up or show out or do any of that stuff. They're still a number 1 seed. So let's talk about the number 1 seeds. You got Duke, you got Michigan, you got Arizona, and you got Florida. So let's check my notes and I'll tell you what I think is going to happen in my Final Four. Duke, Vanderbilt, Michigan, Arizona. Duke versus Michigan. Rematch from the game that Michigan lost that they should have won. And Michigan will win this and the Natty title. Mark my words. Duke, Michigan, championship game. I'll do anything in the power of my world to be at that game. Let me tell you what. There's nothing stopping me now. You feel me? So if y'all want to sponsor me or let me tag along, I'm a good road trip. Hey everyone, it's Bishop. I got something special for you today. On the next bonus episode, I'm breaking down the top 4 teams in college basketball, giving you my insider's take and predictions you won't hear anywhere else. Plus, I'll dive into Vince Russo and John Cena's AEW talk and why he's crazy. No fluff, just straight analysis. This episode is exclusive to my Patreon supporters. For just a few bucks a month, you got bonus episodes like this, exclusive merch, and even a chance to ask me questions directly on a live Q&A session. So if you want in, join the crew now. The link will be in the description, and I'd love to have you on board and make sure you never miss the inside scoop. So break that down. So let's talk elephant in the room. You got talking Bam. By now you know he scored 83 points against the diminished Washington Wizards. No AD, no Trae Young, just a bunch of people off the street. And he had to score those points because he had nobody either. But let's check the numbers. Kobe, with his 81, he went 28 for 46, 7 for 13, 18 for 20 from free throw. And let's check Bam. 20 for 43, 47%. Kobe shot 61%. 7 for 22 from 3. Kobe shot 7 for 13. So he was hooping. And Kobe went 18 for 20 on free throw. And Bam went 36 for 43. He had 36 free throws that made. So just that in mind, he's going to get 80 points. And then near the end of the game, I seen video of him saying, let them score so I can get more points. Kobe didn't do that. It's not a good look, brother. I was praising you, but now I see highlights and you look at Kobe's still going to be number 2. Sorry, bro. Somebody got to... He lucked into it. They gave him that. And I don't know why. Against the bum Wizards. I mean, granted, Kobe did against the Raptors. But they had Jalen Rose on that team, brother. Fat 5. Like, they had a squad, and they threw everything at Kobe, and he was, like, ball it, you know what I mean? Like, he was doing the thing that he needs to be doing. And Kobe, in my opinion, my honest opinion, is way more impressive than Bam Adebayo. Numbers don't lie. And you shot a lot. 43 times and made 20 of them. So if you take that 20 points away and just give him free throws, he still had almost 40 on free throws. He shot it 22 times from 3. Who does that? He ain't Steph Curry. He ain't Kevin Durant. He ain't even James Harden. He just Bam. And I remember, not to go on a tangent, but I remember making money and going for him, and he would score 5 points. Now he gonna score 80. He ain't that type of player. I don't know who he shined up real nice, but he's not Kobe Bryant. Nope. 83. Nope. 81 is still the thing to beat. So hopefully somebody can beat that 83, and then we can stop talking about Bam and he can go back to obscurity. And sorry, bro. I only speak real facts. And facts of the matter is Kobe's numbers were way more impressive. Moving on. NBA MVP watch list. You got Luka still averaging 32.8 points a game. Then you got Jokic, 28.6, 12.7 rebounds, and 10.5 assists. And then let's go power ranking. It's going to be a little bit different than last week because there's been some, but it's still same four teams. You got OKC going 53-15. You got Spurs 49-18. Then you got the Pistons. They on a winning streak or losing streak, but they still going to be in the mix all year long because they have that type of squad. And they went 48-19. But the Celtics are creeping. Like Jason Tatum is scoring like 19.8 points a game. So 44-23 is really good for this Celtics team. And if they start giving him more minutes, watch out for the Celtics. And the Pistons need to bestly watch out for the Celtics because they need a good seeding to go deep in the playoffs. And if number one is going to be a perfect for this young squad to get more home games out of this. So that clears it all up. Episode 21. My episode can drink now. So besides that, happy Austin 316 day. Don't forget to go and give a Stone Cold Stunner to your boss. Shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin for being a real one. You know what I mean? A real one. So, in honor of Stone Cold, give me a hell yeah. And if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Deuces. Ooses. Holla at your boy.